Hello, it's Andy again, and this week's update is coming from Swinsty Reservoir. I'll be providing an update on the current water resource position and the restrictions that are currently still in place. Now, I know we've had some recent rainfall in the last few weeks, which has been most welcome. Unfortunately, though, the restrictions are remaining in place as the levels are still not where we need them to be for this time of year. But a big thank you as always for all of our customers for their continued hard work and support during these challenging periods. Now, the restrictions have been in place for the last 3 months across Yorkshire. And I know we've had much needed rainfall in recent weeks, including a named storm, Storm Amy, which has obviously helped our levels recover slightly, but we're still well below where we need to be for this time of year. In fact, last month we saw record level increases across a 7-day period, our highest ever in the last 30 years, and we need a few more periods of rainfall like that in order to recover. And it's not just our reservoirs that have seen a welcome boost. The region's rivers and our groundwater levels have also seen a rise in recent weeks too. Now, with all this recent rainfall, many of you are probably asking, do we still need the restrictions in place? Well, in short, yes we do. Reservoir levels are currently around the mid 50% mark, which is still well below the average for this time of year, which is around the 70% mark. So we've still got some way to go in terms of recovery. Now, we brought the hosepipe restrictions into play earlier on this year for two main reasons really. Firstly, it was about reducing demand on the network. This meant that we were able to hold back some more water in our reservoirs as we saw demand reduce from our customers. We got the welcome benefit that we were expecting, so a big thank you. And the second reason is it's meant we've been able to apply for our drought permits across the region. Between April and the end of October, we've implemented 21 drought permits across Yorkshire, with still more to follow over the coming weeks. That's enabled us to abstract more water from the rivers, and it's also enabled us to hold back more water in our reservoirs. Now, our estimates show that this could have helped us hold back an additional 1 billion litres of water in our reservoirs. Now, that's a phenomenal amount of water, and just to put it into context, that's the equivalent supply of a town the size of Harrogate for over 7 weeks, which just goes to show the enormous amount of water it's enabled us to potentially hold back in our reservoirs. Now, whilst we hugely thank you for your continued support in putting your hose pipes away and reducing your water use, we still have some way to go in order for our reservoir levels to recover to the levels that we need them to be. Now, we know it's not just about our customers doing their bit. We here at Yorkshire Water have got a huge part to play, and that's why we are continuing our incredible efforts in firstly reducing leakage as quickly as possible. We are still getting to over 800 leaks every week, and secondly, we are still continuing with our mains replacement programme. This is where we are replacing mains that are in poor condition in order to help reduce leakage and reduce burst on the network. In fact, this year alone, we are replacing enough water main to stretch from Bradford to Hull and back again. Here's hoping for more continued rainfall in order to help our rivers, reservoirs and groundwater sources recover. Now, we do appreciate the restrictions are frustrating, especially given we've had rainfall recently. However, please be assured that we will not leave the restrictions in place any longer than we need to. A big thank you to all of our customers for their continued hard work and efforts in keeping their hose pipes away and using water wisely. It is very much appreciated. Thank you.